Hey everyone, my name's Lane Rocks and you've just tuned in to Rocks Manor. Yeah, I'm still doing this thing. Week 2. So if you're new here, I guess I'll go ahead and give you a heads up that this channel is my personal outlet for things that are kind of going on in my world. This is going to consist of stuff about myself, my husband, our 4 kids, the 2 dogs, and pretty much mostly anything else that comes across in my day. My intent is to post new content every Tuesday and Friday morning, but this past Friday it was midnight by the time I had the chance to record, edit, and then upload, and then here we are Tuesday morning of week 2, and it is, let's see, it's almost 9 a.m. and this is the first chance I'm having, so we'll see how this morning goes with trying to edit this really quick and get that uploaded as well. So it was a really good week. Our oldest, he turned 13. My husband took him to a hockey game that night and then Topgolf on Saturday. We did burgers and ice cream cake on Saturday night. It was nice, albeit weird, because at the end of the day we now have a 13-year-old here, which is like a semi-adult, but like not, it's like a semi-adult, like a semi 13's just, it's a strange age to be, because it's, he's still a kid, but it he's definitely creeping up there in age. So for those who tuned into last week's video, I had mentioned that our youngest, Zachary, who's 18 months old, he'd been really sick for the entire week prior. He finally started showing interest in food on Friday night, which was great. That's the night that birthday boy had chosen to have ribeyes, mashed potatoes, and Brussels sprouts, yes, for his kind of like kickoff of the birthday weekend. And the littlest one was going for steak. So we're like, all right, apparently, meat and potatoes is a good time to break your hunger strike that you've been on for an entire week. He definitely lost a lot of weight in the last week, which is just really sad to look at, because he's already kind of a not so chubby baby. So now to see clothes that we'd seen him growing out of recently kind of hanging off of him now is like, oh, poor little guy. But he does seem to be on the mend, so that's good. And other exciting news, our second oldest needed a pair of black shoes for play that he's doing, and I was a bit irked at this, not because I needed to get him anything for the production, but just because he really isn't into black. So it's like, to buy him clothing, I needed to get him black shirt, black shoes, black pants, right? So this is stuff that I knew he's probably never going to end up wearing again. So the shirt and the pants, are kind of easy, just buy whatever the cheapest thing is you can find that doesn't have anything on it. But at the same time, shoes are hard, because shoes are shoes. Like, you can't really, you can find them kind of cheap, but still, if I'm going to spend even 20 bucks, even if I'm going to spend just 20 bucks, I'd like to have a pair of shoes that he would, hopefully end up wearing again. The shoes that he picked, so ready for this? Look, they almost brought me to tears. Yes. Black on black Converse. This is great. And he likes them, and so the reason why I'm excited about that is, it's just such a timeless shoe. So I'm stoked, because I'm buying something that, I know is gonna go with everything, and he really did like them. So that was cool. They're timeless, they're gonna hold up, they're great, and he's gonna grow out of them in 6 weeks. So yeah, they were on sale for $5 off, so there's that. So we had a birthday boy, one getting better, obviously, and then someone got new shoes. As far as the one I haven't mentioned yet, Veronica, that's our daughter. So she's 3, most of you know already. She really is a hoot. Anyone that's here from my Facebook friends list, you're already aware that she's definitely a character. Honestly, she should be the one with a YouTube channel, not necessarily me. It happens. She gets most of her personality from her daddy. So I can't really be blamed for anything, right? If you ask me, it's all from her dad. But like a few weeks ago, we were at a kids play place, and I love those padded play areas where I can just put Veronica and Zach, the 2 youngest ones, 3 and 18 months old, just to go play. And it's like soft and padded, and they've got a slide and things to climb on and whatnot. And but this one day, Veronica and another kid ended up colliding, like boom. And at the exact moment that the collision happened, I was actually taking a picture. So it's the craziest thing, because here I am just kind of snapping pictures of her and Zachary playing, and then suddenly they collide. And so of course I put my phone in my pocket and I head over to her, and she ended up being fine. She popped right back up like most 3-year-olds do. I'm okay, all right. And she went skipping back off again. So later on that evening, I go home and I'm looking through these pictures and I see This picture, check this out. Look at that shot. That's like wedding day, wedding day photo that you want people to see, right? Now here's what's, that's funny on its own. But then when I posted that picture to Facebook, a friend of mine took it to Photoshop and he did this. Look at that. And then someone else made a comment in regards to roller derby and he came back with this. All right, so I was dying laughing. The funniest part of this whole ordeal, that morning, the weather had been a little bit crisp. It was kind of a cooler morning, so I took the opportunity to pull out some pants for Veronica. It was the end of summer, beginning of fall, so for the last like 6 or so months, she'd been wearing shorts every single day. And this seemed like a really good time to pull out jeans. But I smirk because from infancy, Veronica has been in leggings or jeggings, whatever you want to call it, basically stretchy, soft pants. No jeans ever, which she outright refused, did not want to wear these pants. I made her put them on anyway for no reason but to assert that I was the boss, even though she had been getting herself dressed every morning for like the last year. She groaned, she moaned, she even squeezed out a tear or two, but I stuck straight in the mud like a good mom and I told her she needed to put on the jeans. After a little adjusting of the waist, I told her how cute she looked and she glared at me. Anyway, so we left, we went to this play place and she and Zach were having a good time. I'm taking a handful of pics. She ends up falling, gets right back up and goes on playing. And then later at home, like I said, I'm flipping through the camera and I see this shot. I call her over and I'm like, Veronica, look at this picture that I got. You know, do you remember when you fell today? And she looks at it and she kind of like, almost like her face gets red and like kind of tears up. And she's like, oh my goodness, that does look bad. I'm like, yeah, it sure does, but you're okay, right? And she goes, no, it was such a bad day, which is funny to say because it's the same day that I'm showing her this picture, right? And so I was kind of surprised. I asked her to clarify and I'm like, what are you talking about? And she goes, it was a very bad day. I won't ever wear those jeans again. Do you understand? So that's what she gets from looking at this exact moment in time, is that she doesn't ever want to wear pants, those jeans again. You can definitely say she's a character. You know, back to those Chucks though. Like, does everybody like Chucks, Chuck Taylors? I was telling my son that when he picked them out that they were just such a timeless shoe, shoes that have been around since his grandparents were kids. Notably, I picked the 1950s as a base reference decade on that. I feel it pertinent to mention how much I personally do love them. I love them enough that I wore them for my wedding. Technically just the reception, but I actually wish I would have worn them through the ceremony anyway. Yep, that's me on the floor at my wedding. So I gotta get back to mom life. If you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up and be sure that you subscribe to my channel for new content coming out every Tuesday and Friday. And make sure that you tap that bell icon so you actually get the notification from YouTube when a new video goes up. Whatever you got going on in your week, I hope it's a good one. And while I'd love to say that I hope to see you again, the gosh honest truth is just that I am sitting here staring at a camera. So I hope you come back and see me again. Bye.